Mike Pankow here from WindyCitySlam.com and the host of Windy City Slam Podcast outside of the Cantigny VFW post in Joliet. And it's a huge week for Windy City Slam and Freelance Underground. Freelance Underground presents the final countdown this Saturday night, December the 17th, 6 p.m. bell time, 5:15 doors. You can get your tickets now at fu-tickets.com, or there should be available at the door as well for $20. But this is going to be a big show, and I'm really excited about it. I just want to go ahead and kind of promote Windy City Slam Podcast and promote Freelance Underground just a little bit. This week on the podcast, we have Project M.O.N.I.X, and this is back the building where everything all began, where Project M.O.N.I.X took his hiatus for professional wrestling. And now he comes back nearly 3 years later in the Freelance Underground Championship match, a little over a year after the Ultimate Swerve at the final phase. Now it's a chance for M.O.N.I.X to take home the ultimate prize. And what will be the next step if he does indeed win? Also, Saturday night, it's GPA and Coco Lane taking on the Wrestling for a Cure Tag Team Champions, the Bang Bros. It'll be a title defense for the Bang Bros. And then a great triple threat women's match between the Wild Unicorn Laney, Kayla Cassidy, and Big Al, Alice Crawley. And we also have Freelance Legacy Champion Brian Keith taking on Mojo McQueen. And in your main event, it's Project M.O.N.I.X challenging Heavyweight Hustle for the Freelance Underground Championship right here at the Cantigny VFW in Joliet. And right now, real quick, let's hear a little bit from Project M.O.N.I.X, an excerpt from this week's podcast on Windy City Slam.
And I think when you're on the journey of like trying to make it in pro wrestling, that's like what the battle is, right? It's proving to everyone else that, hey, this is what I believe, this is how I feel, you should feel this way too. And it kind of becomes this big contest where everyone's doing it, right? Everyone's trying to prove themselves. It's just this big world of people trying to prove themselves in these wrestling matches or in their promos, by garnering more fan attention, because the louder the fans cheer for you, the more t-shirts they buy, that's going to positively impact your wrestling career. So I have to view myself that way. And I think it's going to be nice to remind people in the ring with someone like Calvin Tankman, when I do what I know I'm going to do, where I stand. Calvin Tankman is one of those guys right now who, I think in the last couple of years, I know for a fact, he's won like a championship in MLW, if not two. He's been booked all over, I know for sure all over the country. I think he's done some international stuff in his career as well. Don't quote me on that, but I know Calvin is one of those guys who's just very respected as a serious competitor. So to just get in there with someone like that, both in like the prime of our, like athletic careers in terms of like age and trajectory, I'm just excited to go out there and do that. And then ultimately excited to be the one standing in the middle of the ring with both belts in the air.
It's going to be a great time Saturday night, 6 p.m. bell, 5:15 doors. Freelance Underground presents the final countdown main event, Project M.O.N.I.X taking on Heavyweight Hustle Calvin Tankman for the Freelance Underground Championship. And if you want to go to a show this weekend, this is a show you should check out, because from top to bottom, it's going to be a hell of a show. And come see history as quite possibly Project M.O.N.I.X becomes Freelance Underground Champion.